Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 9th of May. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Resolute Mining, Warworths, Botonix Pharma, Reliance Worldwide and Talisman Mining. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best stock tips come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report, so please ensure you're getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if you'd like my help with managing your portfolio, then please give me a call. And all the advice here is general only. So this is the weekly chart of Resolute RSG. If we zoom in, we could see in terms of the most recent rally, we could see like a definite pickup in volume there, which is obviously a positive sign. And in the recent pullback, volumes are declining. But overall, what we've got is a consolidation from the past year. So 12 months ago, we had this sort of strong rally, really big volumes. And then it's just spent a year consolidating on decreasing volumes. So that's a positive. And with the pickup in volume again, it's basically telling me that there's a good chance that it wants to give us an upside break pretty soon. So you've got this obviously building up under a resistance line here, close to 50 cents, and a break above that, I think could see it rally pretty swiftly towards 80 cents. Okay, Warworths, again, this is a weekly chart. Even if we look at the daily, we could just see that it's stuck in a downtrend, still within that downtrend. Just going back to the weekly, I think there was an obvious support level near 32, so we could see that was that major low in 2022 at the market bottom. And obviously it's broken through that, and now you'd be seeking support towards sort of $30. We could see that's been a turning point in the past. Look, too early to say if it's going to find good support at 30 and that's the low. Obviously, if it breaks 30, you'd be looking at possibly even closer to 28. Okay, Botonix Pharma. So I think we've looked at this one before, where we noted sort of building up under this old high and then the breakout. So it's obviously done very well. If we move to the daily, we could see it's got a very nice trend. So still a great looking trend there. Obviously quite overdone in the short term. Well, it's run pretty hard in the short term, but it is on good volume. So, that's a positive sign. It's just hard to sort of chase it after a move like this. So it just looks like the type of stock that you'd wait for a dip. You get a negative down day or two, buy it on the dip, and then just run a trailing stop underneath. Reliance Worldwide. So obviously a good sort of buying opportunity there in February. We could see that consolidating under sort of these peaks, getting ready for a move. So the breakout would have been the buy trigger, and then you could see here why you'd run a great example of why you'd run a trailing stop. So you don't know how high it would go, continue to edge higher, and then at some point it started to break down. So something like a 20-day moving average would probably look something like that, and then it would start to break down here. Even just this sort of move down here or this gap down here is telling you that this trend is over. So at the moment, it'd be too early to be going in. Is it leveling out here or not? I think we need to see it start to at least make a higher high and show us that it's ready to head higher. So whether that's bottoming out here or it's going to head lower and then do that, still too early to know. Okay, finally Talisman. So obviously quite volatile. If we look at the weekly chart, just massive sort of volatility in this section here. Very difficult to trade. If we look at the daily chart, maybe it looks a little bit more constructive. We've had the pullback from the high, and then it's sort of traded nicely to retest that high. So sort of good volume here, little pullback, another move up. So is it building up under, building up under the old high? So we've got sort of more of an orderly move now. Is it getting ready to build up under that high? Obviously, it's maybe a bit too early to buy when you're so close to a sell zone. So you'd be looking for an upside break, and then you'd run a tight stop, and obviously you'd have to keep position sizes small because it is very volatile. Okay, well that's all for this week. So if you have a request, send it through and we'll try to cover it next week.